Okay, good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. To call this meeting to order, can I now call our president, President Bing?
Calling this meeting to order.
And now to start with our invocation, of course, none other comrade, Rotarian boy, Arteche.
Buenas tardes a todos. Let's bow our heads and place ourselves under the presence of the good Lord. Lord, we stay focused on the objectives we have for the world. Peace, tranquility, a true brotherhood of man, freedom from hunger, from oppression, from sickness, the freedom to choose our own destinies. We reaffirm our commitment to our simple rotary four-way test for all we do and support. Primero, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Lord Jesus, we reaffirm our commitment to high ethics in all we do. And we give thanks for all the blessings, the opportunities, and responsibilities that befall us as Rotarians. We continue in this new millennium with optimism, renewed energy, and a commitment to service to you and our fellow men and women. All this we ask in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Please continue standing for the national anthem.
Witness a history in our lifetime as we bring back to life what a true Rotarian should be. Service above self, unity in diversity, and inclusivity, all for one and one for all. This is our chance. This is our time to rise up and be the example of what humanity can achieve. Together, let's create hope in the world. So let us sing with one voice the Philippine National Anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
We're the Rotary Club and together we stand high. We are heroes, winning integrity, always ready to serve humanity, always living by the four-way test, building goodwill and peace along the way. You go to the prepare to wait our best. As Rotarians we live to be Service of ourselves, and this is why we succeed. With the very love of our need, and together we stand proud. We are leaders. Always ready to serve you, humanity. Always living by the boys and building love in peace and all. Giving all to
Okay, you can, for the four-way test of the things we say and do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Would it be goodwill and better friendship? Would it be beneficial to all concerned?
Beneficial for.
And we answer yes. Okay, we can, medyo lakasan naman natin yung yes. Yay! Okay. Yes na yes. Please take your seats. Okay, again, we have a blended meeting, some online, some here. Maybe just acknowledge the ones online. Nelly Bengzon and Yvonne, Anne Nelly Bengzon and Anne Yvonne Kwan online. And those that are here, maybe start with the dignitaries. Past District Governor Tony Kila. Governor Tony. Of course, ang idol natin, past District Governor Peps Bengzon. Andon. Idol ng mga mababait. Yeah. And of course, itong amo ko. Kung hindi ako classmate ko to sa law school pero kung hindi ako pinapasa nito, kung hindi ako nakakopya, hindi ako pumasa ng law school. District Governor, designate District Governor Reggie Dolido. Gov-Reg, salamat sa pakopya, kaya ako pumasa. Okay, so our guest, Mike, how do you say, Shu? Mike Shu, guest of Director Julian Lim, over there. Nico de la Cruz from the Rotaract. Also from our Rotaract, Adrian Manuel. Ayan o. Sige, kain muna kayo dyan. And Arman Kataga. Arman, soon to be member. Son-in-law of Porsche. Ibig sabihin, he did it voluntarily, without prodding from the father-in-law. Okay. And of course, accompanying our guest, Ines Molus. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Cindy Brual. Cindy, guest of Philip Sea. Maui Arceo, also guest of Philip. Yan ang mga boss ni Philip. Tignan mo, napakagaganda. Di ba? Catherine Jose from the Daily Tribune and Diane Barcelonia from Daily Tribune also. Yan. So you'll see also usually our PR on the Daily Tribune. Now, our welcome song to our guest. Please, Rotarians, please stand up to welcome our guest.
Friends all from the great all friends all from the great we want to think that our friendship is free. We are glad so that all the shame. Really does from all the fantasy. And once more, you're here from the
Okay, welcome again to our guests. And of course, this is August 8th, our first meeting for August, brought to you by the handsome and debonair men of Cluster 1. Palakpakan naman natin yung Cluster 1. Oh, so next month or yung mga susunod, siguro it's a challenge for Cluster 2, 3, and 4. So let's see kung kaya nyong galingan over Cluster 1. So now we'll have the birthday. Sino bang may birthday ngayon? Where's our list of birthdays? Ron? There. Oh, Peter. I see Peter over there. Magpa-burger ka naman for tomorrow, August 9. Sunny Ko, August 12. Ronnie Velayo, August 13. And Henry Akende, August 14. For anniversaries, Ira and Julie Kenner, August 8. And Philip and Kathy Seya, August 10. O yung boss ni Maui and nasa na yung boss nyo? I-greet pala natin ng wedding anniversary, August 10. And of course, our Rotary aunts, Julie Kenner, August 8. Menchu Pascual, August 10. Tisa Fernandez, 11 August. Celine Escaler, wife of our IPP Mike, August 12, and Maida Prieto, 14 August. So, Maestro, Governor Reggie, and Governor Peps to sing.
It is your birthday, your wedding day. Let's celebrate this important day. We greet you deep in our hearts, dear. A happy birthday and happy wedding.
Thank you, Governor Peps and Governor Reggie. See, only in Rotary can you hear a duo of two men singing wedding anniversary. Okay. So any club functions we would like to announce? Anybody? If Governor Reggie?
I'd like to take this occasion to, I know that our president will talk about this, but I just like to take this occasion to thank the club for its contribution to the Rotary Homes project we just had in Siargao. No? You will see the wonderful pictures in our Kaunlaran, and like what I said, no, our president will talk about it more, but you will see the impact that we have there on the people of Siargao and the wonderful things that we can do there. It's such a there's so much potential for us to do even more in terms of livelihood, in terms of maternal and health, childcare, as well as water and sanitation projects. So I hope that we will continue to support Siargao and our Rotary Homes project there. We will continue to keep you updated. And then if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor Reggie. Next time we'll have surfing lessons in Siargao. Any other announcements, functions? Okay. Let's now have our president's time. May I call our president, President Bing?
Thank you very much, Howie. Good afternoon to everybody, and I'm sure all of you hopefully are delighted and excited to be back to our original home, the Peninsula, to have our luncheon meeting here again. So, welcome to our brother Rotarians and our guest speaker, Jose Ignacio Peñas, who I understand will be joining our club. Here we are. So we will have now several Spanish speakers apart from Boy Arteche. Of course, our guest speaker today will be sharing with us an update on the MRT Line 4 project. Now, as we step into August, please note that this month's meetings will be organized by Cluster 1, led by our VP, Director Howie Calleja, and Director Porsche Peña. And I would like to thank them for organizing this meeting at this venue. This gathering offers us the perfect opportunity to evaluate the proposal to return to the Peninsula Manila. It's still a proposal, guys, at this stage. So we need your feedback. Some forms have been distributed. And then I guess as soon as we get your feedback and sort our budget out with the foundation, now that our IPP Michael is back, then we probably be able to make a decision whether we are going to move back to the pen or to stay where we are right now. Speaking of clusters, I'm thrilled to highlight the achievements of July. Please refer to page 11 of our Kaunlaran for a detailed overview. And as part of our commitment to fostering engagement, I emphasize that we will closely monitor the attendance of your cluster members at our luncheon meetings and in service projects. Remember, membership recruitment will also contribute to your cluster's performance with recognition and awards slated for December and June. And your active participation is pivotal. So let us engage our members and propel our collective success. If I might remind you, actually, the theme of our district governor this year is Club First, which really means trying to enhance the membership participation. Our DGN, Reggie, talked about it already. Our club recently made a significant step in the Rotary Homes initiative in Siargao. And in this regard, allow me to share with you the video of our trip. Can we have it played, please?
In the wake of Typhoon Odette's devastating impact on Siargao in 2021, hope emerged as the Rotary Homes District C830 Development Foundation stepped forward to offer a helping hand. On July 30, the Rotary Club of Makati joined the Rotary Homes Foundation for a significant mission, traveling to Siargao to ink a vital agreement with the local government unit and bring the Rotary Homes project to the town. Departing from rainy Manila, RC Makati, led by President Ling Matoto, who coincidentally celebrated his birthday that day, was joined by DG Andy Reggie Nolido, PE Keith and Rachel Harrison, with members from the Rotary Homes Foundation, led by President John Vinta, VP Theda Colliantes, and PP Emily Alvarez, the main proponent in bringing the project to Siargao and other dedicated members. Upon arriving at Sayak Airport, the weather welcomed them with sunshine, setting the tone for a hopeful journey ahead. In the evening, the team was warmly hosted for dinner by Mayor Sol Matugas at her residence in General Luna. The camaraderie was evident as Rotarian Ramon Garcia pledged his support, promising a donation of Starlink and e-services for government service. The night concluded with singing and dancing and, of course, a heartfelt birthday celebration for President Bing. On July 31, the team traveled to Barangay Corazon, the designated site for the Rotary Homes project. They were greeted by enthusiastic children waving their flags with joy, reflecting the community's excitement. A short program followed with inspiring messages from Mayor Sol and RH President John Vinta, highlighting the significance of this partnership.
Umpisa ng isang proyekto na tatawagin kong bahay-buhay.
Hindi lang po ito pagbibigay ng bahay. It's more of sa amin building a community.
Pag-ingatan nyo kung ano man po yung dadalhin dito ng Rotary Home.
During this program, the Memorandum of Agreement was officially signed between the Rotary Homes Foundation and the General Luna LGU, marking the commencement of the project to construct 50 new homes. Another MOA was signed between the RC Makati and the Rotary Homes Foundation, representing the club's generous donation of 1 million pesos towards the project. When asked for a message, President Bing expresses deep emotional connection to the project's beneficiaries and committed to bringing even more impactful projects to their community.
Subukan namin ang magagawa namin paraan para makatulong ng mga ibang Rotary Club sa Senate kundi man sa Pilipinas, sa may bansa. So,
The program concluded with the distribution of certificates to the 50 new homeowners in their community, offering them the promise of a better future. The following day, August 1, the team visited the municipal gymnasium for the Adlaw Nan General Luna celebration, during which the Rotary Home site was unveiled with a message from President John Vinta. The Rotary Homes project stands as Rotary's compassionate response to natural disasters, with successful constructions completed or ongoing in other locations, such as Parañaque and Muntinlupa. Its social impact has even inspired similar projects in other districts, including Batangas. The Rotary Homes Foundation's unwavering dedication to extending the program's reach demonstrates their commitment to creating lasting positive change in the lives of those affected by unfortunate circumstances. Together, these selfless organizations dedicated to service above self forge a path of hope, building not just homes but also brighter futures for the resilient people of Siargao.
well, our commitment of 1 million actually for housing construction stands a testament to our solemn pledge to help see this project through. The amount may seem paltry, but please note that the total project cost is 25 million pesos. So we do have a long way to go. DG and Reggie talked about the kind of experiences that we had when we went there. To see the faces of the beneficiaries, the children and the people who had lost their homes, who have been plagued with floods, actually even until now, no? And to see them with delight, brimming with delight when they received their ownership certificate was really heartwarming. And as DJ and Reggie said, we still have a long way to go. Obviously, we can't expect our club to fund 25 million, but the whole idea is to try to work with organizations, how we can raise the kind of money that obviously the community needs. And it's not just housing, actually, that would be something that we could provide. No? I mean, for example, I see the possibilities of the art project, trying to diversify the kind of produce that they have there, which is so heavily dependent on coconut. And also within that area, of course, coastal Siargao, the Reef Bud project presumably would be another activity that we could engage there in, no? And even the livelihood, community livelihood would be another activity. Because people just rely on tourism and of course the copra and the coconut that's grown, but to provide them a source of livelihood would be also an interesting project that will very well go hand in hand with the kind of financial literacy program that we're trying to promote. So the health issue, for example, is another matter. Just the vice mayor actually of Siargao is a doctor. She's a nephrologist. And I was chatting up with her regarding the situation of people who need dialysis in Siargao. Do you know that they have to travel 1.5 hours to go to Iligan just to have their dialysis? And patients who need to go through dialysis, they typically do it 3 to 4 times a week. So you can imagine the kind of trial that they have to go through. And so having, for example, a dialysis machine is another relatively simple activity that we can actually work on, which I think may be even eligible for a global grant. Anyway, I think the whole message is that if we, put our minds together and reach into our pockets, I'm sure we'll be able to come up with ideas how to help this community. And it's a great model, I think, that we can work on with other depressed communities. So let's see how this year will evolve. And we need actually the participation of all members to get involved in this project, not just write out the check. Go out there and see the people that you're helping. It's really a great experience, I must tell you. In addition to that, the recent typhoons, Egay and Falcon, have tested a disaster relief committee, of course, headed by Director Baum and Chair Chris Ferraresa, it required a swift response. Now, as usual, given a crunch, it's always our chief of staff, Ron Dotaro, who steps up, because there were a few members who wanted to actually go, but at the last minute, there were still reports of flooding. And so Ron actually braved the floods, crossed the river. And, let's give him the guy a big hand, man. And so as a consequence, we were able to reach out to over 1,400 families across affected regions, providing essential aid through collaboration with various Rotary clubs. The spirit of service shines brightly in these endeavors, and express my gratitude to all involved. Particularly, of course, as I said, Director Baum, Disaster Relief Chair Chris, and Nico Dairit, as well as Winston Uy, who's just arrived, but in any event was already out there to provide logistical support together with IPP Michael, who all the way from Vancouver enabled us to be able to provide and deliver the goods to those afflicted areas. Thank you, Winston. Thank you, IPP Michael. Let's give these guys a big hand. Now, our commitment to service reverberates to diverse projects. Thank you. Neil Makashar isn't here. And of course, our comrade Boy Artech is always early in any event for representing us at the graduation of children in our Tondo feeding program alongside Caritas Manila. And in fact, this morning through lunch, that's why Louis is not here, because there's this event that's going on in Intramuros related to Caritas. Kudos also to Director Rodrigo Segura, PP Jun Dairit, and Jay Savage for their efforts in solidifying our partnership with Rex Bookstore for the Books Across the Seas initiative. Just to give you an idea of what's happening there, Rex Bookstore, through the intercession of primarily Jun who initiated it, they're going to provide us something like 80 million pesos worth of books. That's a lot. And of course, they have their own reasons why they're doing it. They want to clear off their warehouse. But from our point of view, that's a lot of support we can give to children all over the Philippines. No? So let's hope that that thing will be able to be executed as soon as possible. We're trying to do it in a way that would minimize our logistical cost, because we got to get it from their warehouse, bring it to our warehouse, and then send it to whichever community that we need to do that. All right. Of course, our support of our Rotarians deserves special recognition. Just last, I think it was Saturday, when we went together with Menchit Ordovesa, Maida Prieto, Christine Turno, Paula Dairit, Jenny Bosch, and my daughter Anne, who happened to be in town, together with parents Paulo, Nico, and Boy Arteche with his son Juan. They played quite a role, of course, with Boy carrying all the babies. In the culmination of the RCM for Babies program in Paco, Manila. And your dedication is truly inspiring. Let us continue, folks, to make our presence felt in service projects, witnessing firsthand the positive impact we bring to our communities. Together, we can create a lasting change, embodying the essence of Rotary's motto, service above self. Before I wrap up, I just want to also recognize the achievements of our Rotaract. They are here today. We've got the previous president and of course the current president now. They were awarded several recognition during their last Decan 23. Among others, they were given a 5-star club with Gold Distinction Excellence Award Level 5. Club Service Award with Gold Distinction. Community Service Award with Gold Distinction. International Service Award with Gold Distinction. Professional Development Service Award with Gold Distinction, Public Image Award with Gold Distinction. It goes on and on and on. Let's give these two guys a big hand. All right, that does it. Thank you very much, folks.
Thank you, President Bing. And because of those awards to our Rotaract, President Bing will bring them next to Siargao. Di ba? Together with Eddie and Ferdy, we will do the foundation for new surfers in Siargao. Anyway, let's go to the highlight of this afternoon. To introduce our speaker, may we have Director Porsche Peña.
Thank you. Okay. Our guest speaker for today was born in Granada, Spain. That is south of Spain. He graduated from the School of Polytechnic University of Granada. His name is Ignacio Peña Garcia. A long relatives, maybe. Primo. He has a master's degree in civil engineering in 1997. He began his professional experience making projects specialized in tracing works. Tracing works means coordination and alignment of railways and roads, etc. Anything that is about alignment. In 1999 to 2002, he worked in a construction company as technical office manager, production. That is, I think, industrial plant. Okay. In 2002, he became part of a company designing architectural engineering firm named IDOM. My understanding about IDOM, all employees are owners, right? Okay. All employees are owners. You are part, okay, not an employee. After a year of training in Seville office, he opened up an office for IDOM in his province or town, Granada, right? Okay. Where he carried his work as the director and project designer for several projects, included various work councils of private clients. Since 2007, he developed his work as project manager of the Metro of Granada and Tram of Murcia, right? Okay. His professional experience abroad began in 2011 with the completion of 2 combined cycle plants in Germany and Turkey. I think it's an industrial plant. Coordination of the Metro of Hanoi. That's a railway also in Hanoi, Vietnam, in 2013 to 2015. With railway and high-speed coordination for the Marmaray line in Istanbul, in Turkey, from 2015 to 2016. And coordination of Metro of Riyadh in 2016. In 2017, he developed his work as project manager of the 200 kilometers of road in Paraguay. And from that beginning of January 29 to September 2021, acted as infrastructure director of the Office of Mexico. From that day on and up to now, Jose Ignacio acted as a country manager of IDOM here in the Philippines. And at the same time, the team leader in the design of a new line of the DOTR, the MRT4. Now it is my honor to introduce my primo from Spain, because we have some work collaboration before and also some collaboration work for the next months. My honor and privilege to introduce to you our guest speaker for today, Jose Ignacio Peñas Garcia.
Good evening. Salamat po. Thank you very much. Buenas tardes. I think most of you can understand a little bit Spanish because Tagalog is, if I'm not wrong, it's like 30% of the words are Spanish. No, we were here like 300 years here in the Philippines. Then a lot of culture coming from my country. It's for me an honor to be here. And I would like to, well, of course, to thanks the president of the Rotary Club in Mantoto. Of course, my primo, you know, the meaning of primo is cousin in Spanish. It's difficult to find peña in the world. Even in Spain, it's mostly impossible to find someone. Then it was a real casualty to find another peña here in the Philippines. No? Then, and of course, thank you to all the attendees for giving me the chance of giving you this small speech about my project here in the Philippines. Well, as I say, my name is José Ignacio Peñas, and I'm a 25 years experienced engineer. I'm recently 50 years old. I enjoy my birthday here in the Philippines. And I belongs to my company IDOM since 2002. Then I belongs to IDOM for more than 21 years. No, as Porsche said, this company belongs to the staff of IDOM. Yes, and a small specification is after 10 years that you start in IDOM. After 10 years, you are one of the owners of the IDOM. Now, we are 5,600 engineers and architects and consultants. It's the biggest engineering company in Spain. And we are 900 owners of the company. Okay, then I would like to, before anything, I think I can show you a 2 minutes video of the company for you to know what we do in the world. Then here accompanying me is my colleague Ines. I think we can see the video. Just a little introduction of the company for you to know what we are doing in the world. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. Then you can imagine now the size of the company. Now that I feel very proud to say that I was working in 8 countries. Philippines is my favorite, really. It's my favorite. The kindness of the people, the way you help us as foreigners to work here is marvelous. It's my pleasure to be working here, and even we established a branch of our office here in the Philippines. We are based in BGC, no? And the reason why I'm here, this is my 8th country in the world, 8th country living, visiting for projects more than 30. And the reason I'm here is because we, in November 2021, we signed a contract with the DOTR, and we are the designers of the new metro line MRT4, no? Then I think we can start with the presentation. It's very technical presentation, but maybe after the presentation, you can give me some questions, and still we are in the phase of the finishing the preliminary design, but very soon we will enter in the detailed design. Some of the details I cannot provide because still is under confidentiality, but very soon you will have hopefully a new metro line from EDSA to Taytay. Then Ines, we can start with the presentation. This is a short video of what we can show up to now. The location of the MRT4. This is Robinson's Gallery in EDSA, where we will have the first station, EDSA. Meralco station, because of the providers of the energy here in the Philippines. We will cross over the Marikina River. It's an elevated line, not subway, not that great, it's an elevated. Basically, we will have 10 stations in the mostly 13 kilometers of the line. As I said, we are finishing the preliminary design. Then this is the initial information about the design of the stations. It's very modern installations. And all of them in compliance with the highest safety standards of the world. To be sustainable means that as less energy they need to work better for savings energy, no? Then we can start with the presentation, Ines. Well, meanwhile, I will emphasize that here we came to establish, and now our staff in the Philippines is we hire more than 20 Filipinos, engineer and architect. We hire more than 15 engineering consultants and architectural Filipino companies for working together us. And the intention is to continue growing and helping the Philippines to give our knowledge, no? Then in this sense, you will see the last technology that it's going to be used in this kind of metro lines. Maybe the most interesting thing could impact a little bit in the Filipinos, because it's the first time that it will be implemented in the country, is that the trains that we are designing now are driverless. You will not have a driver managing any of the trains. Everything will be managed by our operation control center. Then as the last technology in all the world, no? Like you can compare with Doha. Doha, all the trains in Doha are exactly similar. This, we can continue on the next. Well, this is me. And this is basically the alignment of the MRT4. We will start in ETSA, Ortigas, and we will continue all the avenue of ETSA until we get the deviation to go to Tai. The depot, the place where we are going to repair, to maintain everything for the trains, will be in Tai by the end of the line. And important to show that the line is designed to continue to the southeast of the Philippines in Rizal, no? Then we are affecting with the line because the length is mostly 13 kilometers, 10 stations, and we affect the National Capital Region and Rizal. The station will be placed in Quezon City, in Pasig, Cainta, and Tai. 1 in Quezon, 4 in Pasig, 2 in Cainta, and 3 in Tai. The last 3 kilometers are exactly in the same positioning that the future San Miguel Road concessionaire C6. No? Then we will be in the same place than the new C6. Next. In this project, well, we are the main designers. IDOM is a Spanish company. It's an international, but based in Spain. The headquarters are in Bilbao, in the north of Spain. And there is also, we have an independent checking engineer from England, Arup, and a shadow operator consultant for the operation, managing the operation, checking the operation with us, which is Ricardo. It's an Australian company. Next one. Well, this is important to emphasize that the funds are coming from ADB. The project is fully paid by the Asian Development Bank, but the construction will be co-financed by the ADB and by the recently AIIB, Asian Infrastructures Investment Bank, China. Okay, then it's a co-funding. Then here, to make it not very long because it's very technical explanation, these are the design of the station. We did a lot of prototypes of the stations until we got the okay from the administration, from the DOTR. And finally, we will have not these typologies. We will have, if we continue, we will have one wide station, the left one, no? Which is the one which is going to have less expropriations. The dimensions of the stations is about 120 meters. The trains will be approximately 110 meters length, okay? And the headway will be in the future will be less than 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes, you will have a train circulating in the line, okay? We will be able to move like 400,000 people every day. Then a question that many people makes me in the meeting is that what is going to happen with the traffic? We are going to move 400,000 people from the cars, jeepneys, and so on, motorcycles, to the metro line, which means that this very congested line, Ortigas, you know that because you are living here, it's very crowded, no? In the future, when we start with the project, up to 400,000 people will be using the metro line. Means that the distance now that we have, you need to cover these 13 kilometers, which is from 2 to 3 hours, will be reduced to 20 minutes, which is really good. And the punctuality of the trains is perfect. Then it will help a lot of people. No? Now, once we have finished the preliminary design, we are entering now in the detailed design this month. we will define what is going to happen with all the stations. The stations outside will be the same, but inside will have their own personality. I mean, each LGU has their own personality. Then when you enter the stations, you could have some parts of the station that really represent each LGU. Even when you are moving, easily you can identify each one of them. Next one. As I say, here we have a 3D render of the stations. As you see, it's a very modern design and very sustainable. I mean, not only the safety is perfect and in compliance with the standards of the world, but even the sustainability, as I say before. I mean, the energy which is needed to maintain the stations is very, very slow, very small. Okay, finally, well, here the trains will be not blue, will be orange, probably. Okay, then as you see, it has been already designed to use the light, the sun, the wind for the own maintenance of the sustainability of the stations. Okay, then this is more or less the aspect that will have the station in the end. I think we can see another 3Ds renders. Ines? Well, here is something also nice that we want to emphasize: the design of the viaduct. The design of the viaduct is not like the one that you can already see here in the Philippines, which is done by beams. We are going to do in a precast way this kind of design. It's very similar to one design that was very awarded in the Saudi Arabia when I was working there. And it's in my opinion, it's a really beautiful design of the viaduct. I mean, you will not see something like typical infrastructure, which visually is ugly. In this sense, we make a big effort to have, not only for the stations, also for the viaduct, a design which is, our intention is for you as country and for us as company to have some awards, international awards. No? Then next one. Well, these are some, well, here in this image, I would like to emphasize that all the station has, because of this driverless trains, all the station will have these PSDs, platform screen doors. I mean, you cannot access to the train if the doors are not open. You will have two doors, the doors of the train, the doors of the platform. This is with the intention to avoid suicide, no? Then, well, and it's very safety. Once you have this headway, very short headway, you have to, everything has to be very automatic. The trains are fully automatic. And next one, as you see, the ventilation of the stations is also calculated to avoid to have too much climatization inside it. And of course, the access will allow all the people to access to the trains in a proper way. Next one, well, some additional renders. As I say, we will improve these renders in the future because we are facing the detailed design. No? Basically, this is a little bit more in detail, the stations. This will be the station in EDSA. One of the most crowded stations is EDSA, the next one in Meralco, and the one in Rosario. Then this is the Meralco station. This is Tiendecitas station is totally closed to the Mariquina River. Then you will have a very beautiful views of the river from the station because we are in this station like 25 meters height over the flyovers. This is a station of Rosario. This is in the middle of the Mariquina River and the flooding channel that you have when you have the flooding in here in Manila. Next one, San Joseph Station. Most of the stations to have a lot of demand, we place close to the shopping malls. Most of the affections will be to SM and Robinsons. In the beginning, we saw Robinsons small, and here we have an affection to SM. And in several of our stations, most of the people that are accessing to the station are coming or are living in the shopping malls. Okay, this is Cainta station. We try to have a distance which is variable between 1 to 2 kilometers between a station. This is a mass transport system, means that that we cannot have a station every 200 meters. No, means that to make it effective, we will have the station every 1 to 2 kilometers a station, kilometers per station. This is San Juan. This has to be updated because no more wide narrow station. We will have wide stations. This is close to a new development of Robinsons also. And this is Tikin station. The most complicated one is this. The most complicated in the sense that we needed several months to get an agreement with San Miguel Corporation, because exactly there we have to be together. San Miguel, new highway road, and our MRT4. Finally, we got an agreement 2 weeks ago, and now we are proceeding with the design of these stations. And finally, the last one, Taitai station. This finally will allow the extension of the line to the south, which is the purpose of any metro line, no? To be able to grow in the future. And very close, you see, there is the location. We are now, because we last a little bit more to have an agreement with Taitai for placing the depot. But there in Taitai, exactly in front of the municipality hall, you will have the depot of the metro line. Next one. Well, someone asked me before and how we are going to connect to other metro lines. The most close metro line will be the LRT3 with our first station. Unfortunately, the distance between these both stations is like 500 meters, and we will accommodate a pedestrian elevated walkway connecting both stations, okay, to help the people to move between both of them. Even we will make another pedestrian walkway. I think it's in the next slide. Yes, we will make another pedestrian walkway connecting the Meralco station, which is the second one station, with the new MMSP, now under construction by Japan, no? Then with this pedestrian walkway, we will connect both lines, LRT3 and MMSP. This is shorter. This is just 250 meters. Okay, here I will run because I don't know how many engineers or architects are here. Then I will make a quick presentation. Just as I said, we will make wide station, just one typology, which just the interior is different. And this is basically the structure that we are going to build. Well, in this sense, I think it's important because most of the worries of the LGUs is what is going to happen during the construction with the traffic, no? Because we are going to use 2 lines of the traffic, the current Ortigas, we will use 2 lines to accommodate the construction phase, no? But we have designed the metro line to just do the foundations and the piers, just it, because the viaduct will be done from the top of the columns. Then we finish the columns, the finishing of the metro line will be done without affection to the cars. In this way, we can continue. We can continue. Yes, we have done several studies to avoid as much as possible the affection to the traffic because we know it's terrible, no? Then during the construction phase, which can be like 3 years, it will be as less as possible. Okay, next one. Well, these are some additional data about how we study the construction methodology to avoid these conflicts. Continue. And finishing, as you say, and in the previous one, here is the way we are going to build the viaduct and even the finishing of the station. As you see, we will use a launching gantry to accommodate all the precast pieces that we are going to build in the stabilizing yard. Okay, these are more technical information. Well, this is the section of the viaduct. As you say, this is not the common beam design of a viaduct. It's a precast viaduct with this kind of shape, which visually will be very suitable for the city. Next one. By the way, the electrification will be through the overhead catenary. We will provide 1,500 kilovolts volts from the overhead catenary. Okay. Next one. These are the different sections that we will have to implement in the alignment to avoid affections to houses, to malls, to the road, to the traffic. Okay. And we'll be very quick to build because we will use 1 PR per column, which means that the way that we are going to affect is minimal. The diameter of the piers is, I don't remember exactly, 2.5 meters. And it means that will be built in a very short time. Well, we can jump all this because it's very technical, maybe not really interesting. And of course, the depot will be accommodating all the last technology for the maintenance of all the trains. I mean, we will have the stalling in the stalling area. We'll have the automatic washing canopy, the maintenance workshop, administration engineering, traction substation, permanent way maintenance area, test track, parking area, security building, everything, last technology. Next. Next. Okay, this is a section of the track. Nothing important to say. And okay, and I think we can jump to the procurement. Maybe, yes, we can, because these are all the safety systems that we are going to implement in the trains. If any one of you is interested about this, we can have a meeting later. But maybe the procurement is the most interesting information that I can provide to you now, how we are going to procure this metro line. Then finally, the adopt with the ADB and the AIIB, it's that we are going to divide in 5 packages. Well, a part of the utilities relocation, a part of the site clearance. We are finishing the resettlement to accommodate the affected people to a new place. But the packages that we are going to divide the project are 5. 3 civils and 2 related to rail system and trains. 3 civils means that we will divide the line into 2. I mean, one construction company will be doing about 6 to 7 kilometers of viaduct and stations, and the other 6 to 7 kilometers of alignment. One new construction company will be developing the depot and the traction substations. And finally, we will have one provider of the rolling stock. I mean, the trains will be designed. We are checking all the countries in the world, since this is not a ADB project just. now the tendering process is open to all the world. I mean, we contact France, Germany, China, Japan, Korea for the supply of rolling stock. For the rail system, we have another package which incorporate electrification and rail systems. Means that we are talking about budgets, in some cases over $500 million. Okay, it's a huge project. It means that if you know construction companies that, well, I'm sure that many construction companies will be interested in the construction. What we can do is now to jump about the time schedule. Our intention is to finish the detailed design by March, April 2024. During this period, the early 2024, we will also finish the bidding documents. Means that by the second quarter of 2024, we will start with the tendering with all the construction companies for the 5 or 4 packages before described. Means that early 2025, we must have all the construction companies working. Why? Because in 3 years, we want to have the testing of the trains by the end of 2028. By this period of time, we must have trainings moving, testing the line. In operation, I'm mostly sure will delay to the early 2029. But this is basically the time schedule that we are managing with the DOTR, with the extension of having during this government period with the President Marcos to have the trains moving in the alignment. Then there is a lot of technical information here. I think it's not really interesting because this presentation was also accommodated for the construction companies. But now I'm so sorry because I have a meeting I have to leave in 10 minutes. If you have any question and I can solve, happy to do that.
Sir.
Yeah.
All right. I will take the first question.
Yes.
I will give
Governor
the first
Reggie.
question. Yeah.
Una ka daw sasakay.
Okay.
Being the first one
Very
to shoot the question.
Sir, I've had the opportunity to consult also with the DOTR on transit-oriented development. No? So in connection with that, in the design of these stations, we're just wondering about a couple of things. So one, is the design of the station such that there is a public transportation interchange that will make it more viable for last mile travelers? One. Two, will there also be provision for parking for those who are interested in parking and riding onto these trains? And then three, on the lines themselves, are the lines of the same standard as other lines of MRT such that they can be interconnected down the line so that you don't have to move from one line to the other in transit, no? but rather to have the trains travel into multiple lines? Thank you.
Well, hello? Yeah. Absolutely. Perfect question. This is the most important one, and three I think are related, no? But of course, the intention of each transport mode is to connect with other transport mode, no? Unfortunately, we don't have the stations where it's perfect for all the transport modes, but basically, as I said, the intention to connect to MRT, LRT3 and MMSP will be done by these pedestrians walkways. Just for the connection of the stations. I mean, all the people that are moving between stations will use this elevated, separate to the normal walkway. It will be separated to allow the movement of the passengers. No? And related to the parking areas, we also did a study about the places because we also had to do a demand study of the line. We also provide a document to the DOTR where are the most suitable places for doing these parking places, and also to accommodate new developments related to commercial areas, residential areas, and so on.
Okay, we'll just have Bimbo, then June, then Keith.
Good afternoon. Thank you for showing us the pathway. No, so a simple question first for the stations. Please allow escalators to go from grade up to the platform, because that's our problem now. So while it is on a green field, please make sure that there is enough space, because on EDSA there was not enough space. That's why there are very few escalators, but the people really have a hard time climbing equivalent to 3 stories for this. No? So that's one. Please design the stations with escalators. Number 2, are you coordinating, for example, with line 3? Because if really you bring in 400,000 people from the east side, and then the head trains of line 3 are not enough to absorb them, there will just be a mass of people there before you can absorb going both ways. No? Is that coordination being talked about or planned? Because I think you'll just be pushing the population to that intersection of EDSA and Ortigas, and there will be chaos there. Unless the coordination of the number of trains they have matches yours. No?
Yeah, thank you for your question. Yes, we, regarding to the second question, yes, we have been coordinating not only with the LRT3, even it's a little bit far, the LRT2, and with the MMSP, but not only that, we coordinate with the Jeepneys Association, we coordinate with all the buses association. We study we did a demand study which covered mostly all the island of Luzon. Then we have carried out a very big study, and we implement in our line according to the information that we receive of all the lines. Regarding to the stations, well, I can say, I'm proud to say that we are over the standards. I mean, because of exactly your worries, we have duplicated even not only the escalators, even the elevators. Then in this station, in each access, we have the escalators and we have a couple of elevators. It's a matter of, yeah, the only thing is that escalators depend on the flooding. Then depending on the area will be more down or more.
Okay, thank you. June?
Thank you, Senor Don Peñas Garcia. I'm so glad you're doing this. Since 1976,
76.
I was team leader for the World Bank Fund in Metropolitan Manila, and we proposed 8 LRT lines should have been completed by 1992. So thank you for doing this. There's a lot of opportunity. I was appointed by the Asian Development Bank to help prepare the Philippine Development Plan for the next 5 years. And my assignment was seamless connectivity, transportation and infrastructure. Good questions from Bimbo and Reggie. They talk about seamless connectivity and active transportation, walking and biking. There's a big opportunity here to put a bicycle highway that delivered along the lines. You have a lot of roofing. You can do rainwater harvesting and solar roofing. And you don't have to answer both in the interest of time. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, June. Keith, and then after Keith.
Actually, my question was really the same as Bimbo's. It was to do with how do you deal, you've got 400,000 and you've got 2 trains per minute. Sorry, a train every 2 minutes. And it all arrives at EDSA, and the EDSA line is going up and down from Quezon City down to, I don't know where it goes, but is that going to be increased there? How is we saw your line, how does your line overlay with all of the other lines that are proposed?
How we are overlap?
Yes, how are you overlay? Because they should all interlink somehow, I guess.
Our line LRT3 and our line has no overlap. I mean, the distance, our ETSA station and Ortigas LRT3 station has to be connected by the ADB Avenue with this pedestrian walkway.
Okay, but I'm talking about the general layout within the city. It's a portion down that east and southeast side. There are presumably other lines, and I was wondering how they all fitted in together and whether they all had those, but I think you've already answered it. So you're working together.
Yes, we are working together, but I mean, we have accommodated our line to the passengers that we are going to receive from the LRT3. LRT3, I don't know if will be needed some upgrading to accommodate all the passengers. Up to now, they are not fully booked. I mean, the capacity of LRT3, if I'm not wrong, is like 600,000 people. And now they are under 400,000. Then it still have a very big margin to accommodate our passengers.
Okay. Fred?
Mr. Peña, good afternoon. There was a question earlier and I didn't seem to hear the answer. The question was, will there be enough parking spaces for passengers that will have their own vehicles who would like to leave the vehicles in the parking lot and then ride the train? Will there be parking spaces or parking buildings that will be constructed?
We did, as I said before, yes, we have studied thousand